What's going on, y'all? So listen.
Ooh, what's hold on. Ooh, y'all, I sound a mess and I hate it so much. Like, I don't know if it's coming on the tail end of it. It's been going on for a minute. And half of the reason why my voice is sounding like this is because one, I've been coughing so much, and two, because my nose is stopped up to a certain extent, and then it'll just come on out like, girl, I'm miserable. Like, nothing else is wrong with me. I just have a sinus infection. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the cough from the post nasal, all that bull, okay? And that's just, if I didn't have to go to work yesterday, y'all would have got the video yesterday because I would have been well rested a little bit, and I wouldn't have been so exhausted because of everything. That's why y'all getting it today, because I am off. And you know, when I don't know how it is that with sinus situation or whatever, it really takes you down. It really takes you down, and I should be used to it, but I haven't had this happen to me in, like, to this extent in a long, long time. Okay, probably a couple of years. I will say that. So you know, I'm trying to get back used to it. I'm just can't wait till this get over with. And I really did not want to get on the camera yesterday, and give y'all a half-ass video because I just didn't have any real energy. And to be honest, I really don't now, and I hate the way that I sound. And I just feel like this ain't gonna be my best, cause you know. But I had y'all waiting too long as it is, and I appreciate y'all being very, very, very understanding, because you know some people, they be feeling a little bit too entitled and like, girl, we don't care if you feel like this or whatever. Give us our video, girl. You know, it is what it is. So hopefully I'm not on here that long. If it's an abbreviated video, y'all hear my voice, you understand. Baby, my ab muscles that I can't see myself because they surrounded by fat, they hurt. My abdominal muscles hurt. That's how much I've been coughing so hard. And then it'll be like, I'll be fine, and then I just start coughing, and then the cough. See? Oh my God. Let me not laugh. Let me not laugh, because that's going to start it up. That's going to start it up. But anyway, let's just get into it. I just told y'all what's been going on with me, and I hope y'all faring a hell of a lot better than I am. And plus, I'm going to try to get everything out on time now, because I feel like, I do feel like it's coming down to the tail end. My whole thing is the cough. That's the whole thing that's bothering me. But anyway, let's just get into it. So, the Writers Guild, they came through. We are getting some television back. Honestly, I had forgot all about the fact that they was on strike, right? Until I looked at my TV and I was like, oh my God, it's September. Where is this show? Where is that show? Where is this show? Where is that show? We don't have a date for this show. Girl, why is my TV schedule looking like this and it's almost October? Okay, because we ain't got no writers and ain't nobody been working because they've been on strike. And so therefore they had came up with a tentative deal that's supposed to work out. I don't know if it's going to be permanent for right now, but for right now, everybody is okay. I don't know about the actors, SAG Actor Guild Award, or Guild Award, SAG Actor situation. I don't know if that has anything to play into with the actors and the writers, or it's just for the writers. But at this point, we know the writers have reached a deal. And at the end of the day, it just really bothers my spirit the way that this world, and especially over here in our country, capitalism is one thing, and I really feel like people who have a problem with capitalism, is understandable, but it's one of those situations where you just can't avoid it because the world runs off of capitalism. You know what I'm saying? It's like a two-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? It's a 2020 type of situation. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're not going to be able to get out of it. You know, it's going to be there always. So you can complain about it. That's just how the world runs, unfortunately. But at the same time, we see how that entails and have people taking advantage of it. You know, I just don't understand how come we as human beings, and I get that people are imperfect because we are, but how come we just can't have the human decency and want everybody to be able to take care of themselves no matter what profession or what situation they are in? Like, if we got all these rich people up in the world, there's no reason why we should have all the poverty that we are having now in this country, other countries, and all of that. It's just really sickening, you know. And to hear some of the things that the bigger heads, the bosses, big bosses in this situation was saying about how they just gonna, you know, let them pick it and go on strike to the point where they can't afford their homes and they have to sell them. And they're broke and all of this stuff, so it'll force them to go ahead and take whatever deal that they got because they ain't got nothing. And that's just really, really wrong. That rubbed me the wrong way. And it just makes me like think, why would you want to be in certain professions? But at the end of the day, it's like that's your passion, and no one should stop you from following your dreams. But it's like, how come we can't be fair to people and allow people to have good living conditions and be able to take care of themselves and have health care and all of that, when they're the ones that putting out the product that's making you money and giving the people good television and all? Girl, it's a mess. I hope they figure it all out, but it's a good move right about now that they have, you know, come up with a deal. Moving on from that, Usher is performing at the Super Bowl. I woke up a few days ago and I said, oh, that's what's going on. You know, Usher has been getting a lot. And it bothers me at one point when the people were just going in on Usher, talking about Usher ain't got this many hits and Usher is this, Usher is that. And I'm sitting here like, y'all must be young kids, okay? Y'all must be the ones that didn't come up in the era of Usher when he was at his peak, when he first came out. Y'all must did never listen to all of his catalog and not just the new stuff, the current stuff. Like, listen, my way. Even go back to Just Call Me the Mac. You know what I'm saying? Call me a Mac. You know, Can You Get With It? That was my song. That was young Usher. That was when Puffy had Usher. That was when Diddy was Puffy and Diddy had produced his first album or some of the songs on there. And baby, he introduced Usher to a whole bunch of stuff. That is a case study that we need to study about. We need to go look a little bit deeper into because, yeah. And had this little young boy singing about all this stuff. I said he ain't even fucking yet. And he probably started doing it when he got there with, you know, Diddy, because Diddy had him around a whole bunch of stuff that he shouldn't have been around. And then you put out this grown-ass album for somebody who was 14, 15 years old. Can we just talk about that for a minute? I know we see it now, but, and it's just more so out there, especially with the, these young artists that comes out, and especially the guys that are rapping or whatever, they'll come out probably like 14, 15, 16. You ain't even know that they were 16 years old, and they rapping about shooting this person, doing all these girls and all this stuff or whatever, and they're very explicit with it, right? With no holds barred, no shame or whatever, and they rapping like they 20-something years old, 30 or whatever, with hell of experience, and come to find out they just really young teens. And it's just like, oh my God, I'm taking it back. But then back in the day, like, they used to have them singing about this stuff. You listen, like I said, Usher first album, you're 14, 15 years old singing about sex. I was recently listening to Destiny Child's. That was one that really sparked it too. I was listening to Destiny Child's album, the first one, The Writers on the Wall. Mind you, they were still underage. They was teenagers, okay? And they had them singing about being side chicks, stealing niggas men, stealing women men's. He's right here when he not coming home at night. He's over here, you know, cause you a non-fulfilling woman. I'm over here doing all of this stuff and temptations, and I'm sitting here like, what? You know, the music sounded so good back in the day, especially the R&B. It sounded so, and the pop. It sounded so good back in the day that we really didn't catch on, or we didn't really just, we didn't mind the fact that they were speaking about this stuff, and you just like, well, the beat sound good and I like the way they sing on this. And then when you get older, you like, what the was they singing? Why did they have them singing about this? You know, that's just what it was, and that's how it was with Puffy and Usher. Then when he did My Way, that's really what really broke him out for real, for real. Baby, this was back in the day when you had other people starring up in your videos. You had R&B singers that you never thought could dance, whatever. Tyrese was up in the My Way video, okay? She likes it my way. And he was up there dancing and flipping his ass off. I don't know what happened to Tyrese now. You know, it's just a whole different person now. I just don't get it. All we can do is continue to pray for him. Because at this point, who knows? Baby, the people at Home Depot said that that man was lying about that lawsuit. But, about the whole incident. But I ain't even looking to it. But no, yeah, he had all of that. Baby, he had Nice and Slow. Girl, y'all remember one song that I really liked from Usher? Bedtime, okay? That was my song, especially the live version. And then you had 8701. Oh my goodness, 8701 was that girl. Okay, you know what? You remind me of a girl all of that, you know, and I love the deep cuts. Now, see, let me tell you something. There are some artists out here that I would listen to just because I like the singles that they put out, and I'd be like, all right, the album is alright, but you did pick the right singles. And then there are other artists that I will listen to because I like the singles that they put out, and then when I listen to the whole album, just about every song on there could have been a single. And I was like, oh, so you really had the time trying to toss it up which one you was going to put out there. I feel like Usher be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That 8701 probably was one of my favorite albums. I know everybody be like Confessions and all of that stuff, but 8701 was really one of my favorite albums. I don't know. Back in the day, I was young and I wasn't in no relationship, but I be listening to them albums. I just remember that. I used to listen to them albums like, girl, I understand what you're talking about, Monica. Bitch, Brandy, I understand too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga did us wrong. And that bitch did us really, really wrong. Like, why would she do that to us? That's how I was. Like, I was deep in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Singing each and every song, you know? And that was back in the day when, you know, I used to write down. I know I ain't the only one. I had a book. I'm finna tell y'all something. I had a notebook full of lyrics. That was back then where we didn't have easy access to the internet because you either had to use the dial-up system or we went to the library to use the internet, or I had my mama look up some stuff for me while she was at work because they had internet access, right? And it came to a point where if it was a song or whatever, I liked or whatever, I put the CD in. And if I didn't have the lyrics on the CD cover, I would sit there and just literally listen to the song. Pause. Let me write that down. Okay. Rewind. Okay, got that right. Let's get to the next line. Okay, let me write that down. I had a whole lyric book for a whole bunch of albums, girl. I was that type of person. Because you not finna catch me slipping. What song you want me to sing? I got you. I got you. And so that's how I was with Ush. That's how I was with Monica and all that stuff. Because y'all know Monica was my girl. Monica still is my girl, but she playing games. I just don't understand what's going on. She want to be an Instagram model more than anything right about now. Then she want to release good music. But hey, that's neither here nor there. This is not about her. And then you got Confessions that came in with Diamond. And for those that don't know what Diamond Plus is, that means that the album sold like over 10 million albums, okay? Now, let me tell y'all something. Confessions was one of Usher's, or is Usher's biggest album release ever. Biggest selling album release. This was back in the day when you did not have access to the internet to download stuff like that. And if you can download stuff, you have to pay for it. Not that free download or whatever. This is when people still had to get up on a Tuesday. We look forward for a Tuesday to go to the record store, to go to Best Buy, Circuit City, Walmart, FYE, Tower Records, all of the places that you could buy records to go get the new music. You literally had to get your ass up out the house and go get the music, right? And these people were selling 500,000 albums in 2 days. 500,000 plus in 2 days. You would be fortunate, and it'd be shocking if we see an artist this day and age selling 500,000 albums plus in 2 days. And that's because of streaming and all of that, you know? Times has changed. And I feel like it has changed for the worse, but hey, it is what it is. And we know all of the hits and the controversy behind that. And then, you know, he had that other album when he got married to Tamika. You know, it was still cute. It had a couple of songs on there that I like. You know, Love Me Gently. That is my song. Trading Places was my song too. You know, I like the little freak stuff. And then he had a couple more albums. The OMG. You know, I could do without that. But I know for sure, when he do the Super Bowl, he has to do that because, you know, that's a big pop record for him. And, you know, the girls like the pop stuff. That's to give something for everybody. That's for the blacks and the whites or whatever, so they can feel like we all in this together. But they was trying to shit on Usher at one point, trying to say he ain't have enough hits or at least pop hits to do this. Who cares? The Super Bowl is not about if you have pop hits or whatever. The Super Bowl, they got so many different artists of different genres or whatever, and you perform your hits. Whether you a pop artist, or R&B artist, a rock artist, whoever you are, rap artist, that's just what you do. And the way that people was shitting on him, I just didn't understand it back in the day. Now when he did that Vegas residency, y'all understand what it is, okay? Everybody loved him some Usher, and I'm so proud. And he got an album coming out. It's called Coming Home, that's going to be released the same day as the Super Bowl performance, I believe. And then he's announcing that he's going on a global tour, which is understandable. And this is how you fucking capitalize on the moment that you have, okay? It makes me mad when I see people getting huge opportunities like this and they don't capitalize on it. Case in point, which I understand, but Rihanna could have dropped the album right then and there at the Super Bowl. And I know she was pregnant or whatever. That was a good look, whatever. You know, she dropped the reveal, but she ain't dropped the album. She could have dropped the album, right? And when she did that, we ain't need to know no tour dates. We just could have listened to the music. You ain't even have to perform it. Look at what Beyonce did. That bitch dropped the album and ain't performed shit until the tour a year later. Had us all pissed off, but we were still streaming that bitch. Okay, Rihanna could have did the same thing first. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here for it. I'm very much here for it, y'all. What y'all think? Who else do y'all think or want to see perform at the Super Bowl? And I love the fact that, you know, for some artists, when they do the Super Bowl, they bring other artists on and that we probably haven't seen in a minute, or, you know, we have seen, but they haven't really been out there like that, and their streams go up. I love that for them, because this is definitely going to happen. He already seen an increase in streams or whatever since the announcement went out. But y'all tell me who y'all think should be doing it next. Excuse me. Next, Kenneth Petty. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I'm going to need people to stand outside of their standship, to stand outside of their obsessiveness and weirdness, and understand that the people that, you know, the way that people say that, oh, certain artists get worshipped, especially like Beyonce or whatever, y'all be worshiping her. No, it's not that. The one that does that, I feel like it's the Barbs. And I'm not trying to throw no shots at the Barbs, but because in just about every fan group, there are people who are actually still in this reality and understand that the person that they like and they go off for, they are still human, and every move that they make may not necessarily be the right one, and they can acknowledge that, and they can acknowledge the good ones. They are not living in a world of delusion and think that every single thing that the person that they go off for and go up for is doing the right thing, okay? You do your person or the person that you, these people, a disservice when you act like yes fans, yes stands, meaning that you are approving and out there blindly following people and thinking that everything that they do, no matter how effed up it is good. Because it's not. I love Nicki Minaj. I'm not in no, I wouldn't call myself a stan. No. I like the music that she put out for the most part. Do I agree with a lot of the things that she does? Absolutely not. I don't care to comment on a lot of things because for what reason? What reason? It's done. It is what it is. I'm too grown to be going back and forth because you want to do that back and forth shit. It's just not gonna happen. Y'all know I love me some Beyonce. I done already mentioned her a couple of times this video. I'm not doing that back and forth for her. You damn sure not finna have me going back and forth about my opinion about somebody that I don't go up for like that. I appreciate what they put out. I like some of the things that they do, but you not finna have me going back and forth and do, girl, please. It ain't that deep. And I'm grown. I'm full grown, okay? At this point, me and Nicki in the same age group, all right? I mean, she older than me, but technically speaking, we in that 35 to 40 age group. Yeah, we up in that, okay? So what the hell I look like? I leave that to y'all little young kids that ain't got shit else to do and y'all live in a world of delusion. They think everything that people do is correct, okay? Because no. At the end of the day, Nicki has made some missteps in her career. They kind of faltered it a little bit. One of the biggest missteps right about now is marrying this man, Kenneth Petty. Yes, that was it. I would have been fine with the fact, you know, I still would have looked at it sideways, given his history and that you had a baby with this man. Okay, sometimes shit happens. But to go as far as marrying him, that was the dent. That was a dent in the armor right then and there. And that is what people can use to go at you all the time, and they do it. You brought it on yourself. That's just what it is. And sometimes they say love is blind. Maybe that's it or whatever. I don't know the situation, and at this point, I don't care to know. I just know that Kenneth Petty is not a good guy. Never been a good guy. And just like a lot of people have said, including Nick Cannon, you know, who surprised me, and he should be the last one to talk about somebody's reputation or whatever. But he is tarnishing her career. He is tarnishing her reputation. Okay? He really is. There is no way in hell I want to be associated with somebody that is an alleged murderer or somebody that is an alleged sex offender. And I'm going to just continue to say alleged. Just for legal sake, even though we already know that what the outcome really was. And that, you know, he went to jail for this and he is a registered sex offender and all this stuff. I wouldn't want to be associated with that. At all. I don't care if it's in my family. I don't care if it's somebody on the outside. I wouldn't want to be associated. I wouldn't acknowledge that shit. And I wouldn't be around nobody that does something, anything like that, so that people can use that against me to come at me for whatever reason. Just couldn't do it. And we saw a glimpse of this when the situation went down with Nicki and her brother. We're not going to get into all of that, but that was one step. And then she took it a little bit further and got married to this man. Okay? This fool went outside last week. Got on the internet. That 9 out of 10s he wasn't even supposed to be on. Posting videos, 3 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody outside. Why y'all wait till 3 o'clock in the morning for one? Ain't nobody outside. Threatening people online. And I'm sitting here like, first of all, you a grown-ass man. You closer to 50 than anything. And you are literally being around people that are filming you on video, and you make that conscious decision to record yourself throwing out these little idle-ass threats that you're not going to do nothing about, because you know if you do something about it, People are watching you. At least you would have thought that somebody, you would have been thinking this. People are watching you and you go get your ass locked up. Okay? That's it. That's what I would have thought. But see, you want to live up in this gangster lifestyle that you was living back when you was younger. And you don't want to grow up. You are with fucking Nicki Minaj. You don't have to do this, I want to be a bad boy type of shit no more. Bitch, I would be a fucking house husband like a motherfucker. I wouldn't get involved. Baby, that's your shit. I'm going to just be here and I'm going to take care of the household and all that stuff or whatever. Give you some good dick and all that. And that's just what it is, okay? I will play my position. I protect you when I need to protect you. But this internet shit going back and forth, because you're not going to do nothing. At the end of the day, nothing is not going to happen with this rap shit. This rap beef between Cardi and fucking Nicki Minaj, it needs to fucking die because neither one ain't going to do nothing. After that whole situation happened at the Harper Bazaar shit and Nicki didn't touch Cardi, but people around her did, nothing ain't gonna happen between them two actually physically doing nothing. Okay? It's not going to happen. And so you also showed me that it's not going to happen when the fact that Kenneth gets on this freaking video doing these little fucking threats to Offset. And you know damn well, because we all knew that he was down in Atlanta. You wait until he gets down in Atlanta to fucking film this acting like he up in New York when you know that he not there. Because we all looking at the video stream of him down in Atlanta playing Call of Duty, bitch. Like, come on. Come on. Like, it's just so stupid and it pisses me off because it doesn't have to be this way. And I just thought with age, you get a little bit more mature, especially with experience when you've been through stuff and you don't want to go through that no more. You got kids and all of that. You got this beautiful superstar wife. Baby, I will play the fucking background and I'll be the air. Okay, that's just it. You won't even see me. It'll be about her. That's just it. Play your position, bitch. Okay? And so you put this stuff out and then you put this shit out about the DMs and all of this stuff. I don't care who started it. You fucked yourself when you put that video out there when you're not supposed to be out there with known felons, you dumbass. And then you got Nicki and them or whoever else trying to feel like it's Cardi and Offset fault that you got caught up with the law. You get sentenced to 120 days on house arrest, 4 months, the end of the year on house arrest. And you want to get mad and say that Cardi and Offset, or have other people say that Cardi and Offset was the one that said something and got him. No, bitches. He did it himself. By putting himself on that fucking video and knowing how the fucking internet work and social media work, and because it's Kenneth Petty and he's associated with fucking Nicki Minaj, of course it's gonna go viral. Do you not think that the people that's in law enforcement do not already troll social media to be looking for stuff on anybody? That's how a lot of these rappers and other people get caught up. They listen to the songs, unfortunately. They look at the social media accounts. That is literally what they do out here in Chicago. I know that for a fact, and it's kind of fucked up too. But I know that for a fact, so you gotta be careful. And then it went fucking viral because everybody and their mama was talking about it. Everybody and their mama was talking about it. And you wanna blame Offset and fucking Cardi for something that your dumbass did? And not only that, you really got this because you was with people that are felons. I don't even feel like it was the threats. It was because of the fact that you a felon with somebody else that's a known felon, and you're not supposed to be with people who are felons. So you want to get pissed off at him, you need to be getting pissed off at your nigga. Nigga needs to be pissed off at himself because he did this to himself. And it's time to fucking grow up. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Nicki in this situation. I just don't. I feel bad for the fact that I don't know if she, I don't know. I don't want to assume, but at this point, he is a bad look. It has been a bad look for her career. And ever since they've been together, publicly especially, we've seen the change. We've seen the change. At this point in time, I don't care about any other fucking beef. I don't care about I don't care about none of that shit because it's old, it's stale, it's garbage. Release your music, put the shit on the music, and let's just do it like that. Because we cannot, listen, and I ain't saying don't go back and forth, but keep it on wax. We seen how that shit when it get off wax happen. We seen artists getting killed. We don't need nothing like that to happen. Let's go back to having rap music and hip hop being fun. Okay? Y'all ain't gotta make up, but y'all can grow up. You ain't gotta listen to the fans. You ain't gotta play into it, and both of them play into it. Both of them. And I just need people to just stop. Just grow the fuck up. I need people to just stop being so fucking blindly following people just because, oh, this person don't like this, so I'm not like them too. Bitch, fuck you. The bitch ain't do shit to me, so therefore, and the bitch make me laugh, I'ma like him. I like Cardi, I like Nicki, I like Megan, I like a whole bunch of these other girls that's out here. And I don't give a fuck what beef they got with whoever and who this. You're not gonna get me to pick a side, bitch. I'm neutral like a motherfucker, and I'm gonna listen to all of them. So, I have a problem with that, have a fucking problem with that. And you wanna know why? Because I'm fucking grown. And you need to grow the fuck up too. Okay. Anyway, that was a message to somebody that probably watched me. I don't know. I just felt like I just really need to put that out there. Moving on from that, can they just please lock up Donald Trump? Did y'all see that hearing? I think they was trying to impeach or trying to bring up causes or whatever to impeach Joe Biden over the over his son, because y'all know he got indicted or whatever for having a legal gun or something like that. Who cares? Because y'all, they not finna do nothing. These people, these governmental high officials or whatever, and people associated with them, they are not finna go to jail like that. Unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. And if it does happen, I'm gonna be so shocked. I'm gonna be so shocked. But they were trying to impeach him or see if there's reason to bring up impeachment or something. But that lady, I wish I remembered her name. The black woman, y'all know who I'm talking about. When she went down and she said, how many times did you say if in this whole thing? And old boy was like, it was like 400 sometimes. And she was like, yes, you said if this, if that. But not one time have I heard any reason for them to impeach him, Joe Biden. And you bringing up stuff about what his son did. That ain't got nothing to do with him. All he did was be a loving father and all this stuff. And then when she went down that whole list, and not even half the list of the charges that Trump is being accused of and being charged with, baby, I gagged. I said, you know what? Woo! This is why I love black women. Because when we go off, bitch, we fucking go off, okay? Gotta fucking love them. But anyway, speaking of Trump, him and his family didn't found liable for fraud on last Tuesday, I think, in New York, for basically inflating his assets and his net worth, okay? So, you know, what they said was he was accused of lying for decades at the Trump organization about his asset values and his net worth to get better terms on bank loans and insurance. He inflated his net worth by as much as $2.23 billion. And by one measure, as much as $3.6 billion on an annual financial statement given to the banks and insurers. At this point, if this was anybody else, I feel like they would have already threw his ass in jail. I just really feel like that. And it's going to be something when they finally get into this trial next month. Baby, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a circus. And I just might tune in. But again, like I said, I really don't think that they're going to, if they put him in jail, give him any type of jail time, even if it's like 30 days, I would be surprised. If they don't, I would not be shocked. You know, it's just how it's been rolling with this man. I just don't understand the level of protection, the level of fear, or whatever it is that they got this man got on people that has got him this far. Y'all remember when they called Gotti the Teflon Don? Donald Trump trying to be like that. Because, bitch, shit ain't really sticking the way that it needs to be. But you see what happened to the Teflon Don, though? He skated away for a minute, for a while. But then his ass got locked up, and unfortunately that nigga died up in jail too. You know, he got sick and died. So there's that, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Moving on, Kim and Croy. I say each week, I don't want to talk about these people no more. Leave us alone. And each week I be thinking, oh my God, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to say anything else. And this is just going to be another silent no, bitch. They came back and Kim said, listen, I want the divorce decree I want it dismissed. You want to know why she wanted it dismissed? Because she said her and Croy still having sex. They fucking like rabbits. I said, that's fine. That's fine. Just because you have good sex don't mean that, let me tell you something. Croy having angry sex with that woman, okay? Croy is having angry sex with that woman, and it's probably like, I bet you he be pounding that shit out. I do not deny that they be having some good sex up in there. I just never would have thought it, but you know, when you angry as hell, sometimes it just comes out of you, you know what I'm saying? You can't hit the bitch, so therefore you pound it out in the dick way, and it's consensual, okay? That's what you do. But at the same time, it be people that you have to understand, Kimberly, just because you're getting divorced don't mean that your sex life is bad with that person. It's just that other things that was going on around it that it's not good for that person, or, you know, y'all just need to separate. The sex may be great, but at the same time, see, that's what it is. Sex is confusing to some. See, sometimes that's why they say that women can't, you know, can't separate, can't just go around having sex with people and have no emotions and no feelings towards it. That may be true, but not for all, but for some. But see, they were actually married in a relationship, and I do feel like they loved each other. And I do feel like they still got love for each other. It's just this financial situation that they got themselves in. Not just Kim, but Croy as well, because he has debt, she has debt, and they have debt together, right? And at this point, it's not cheaper to keep her, you know, because, excuse me, if you're not going to change your ways, what is the point, right? So, since y'all still living in the same house and you refuse to go into the same different bedrooms, I'm not surprised that y'all are still having sex. And sex probably really wasn't the issue between y'all. And maybe at this point in time, y'all should have just realized that, hey, maybe we never should have got married to each other. Maybe we should have just fucked around, had some kids, and when things get rough, we can go about our separate days and never combine assets and all that stuff. You know, hindsight is 20/20, okay? Truth be told, when we watch and I go back and I look at the way Kim was when she first got on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I could tell that she wasn't the best with finances, okay? I already knew. She's used to being taken care of. She's used to being a sugar baby, all of that shit. Because that's exactly what she was with Big Papa, you know? And so I'm just sitting here like, Kimberly, let that man go. Y'all can still get a divorce, and y'all can still link up when y'all drop the kids onto each other, and y'all can still do the bang bang boogie. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case. But let that man go, okay? He don't want you at this point. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Moving on from that, Drake and Charlemagne, I don't care. At this point, like, I really don't fuck with Drake like that. Drake has become so lame to me. He used to be funny to me, and somebody probably be like, actually, he's always been like, no, he used to be funny to me. Because, y'all, I grew up with Drake. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with Aubrey Graham, all right? I grew up with Wheelchair Jimmy, you know, Degrassi. And so I was really here for him when he started to come out and break out from being an actor, and he wanted to be a rapper. I remember his first song, I thought it was called Irreplaceable Girl. I think it was when Trey Songz introduced them, and they was on 106 and Park together. And then that song didn't pop out. Oh, hold on. That song didn't pop off the way that they thought it was. That wasn't the legal single. It was a single to try to get him out there, but it didn't pop off the way that they wanted to. Then when he came back and he became Drake, for real, and his career really started popping off, I was happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Was I the one that actually listened to everything that he put out and be like, oh my God, I need that new Drake? No, I never was. You can't get me to sit here and to be like, oh, I like this Drake song, this Drake song, this Drake song. Like, I can't say the names off the top of my head. I have to listen to it first, okay? Because I'm just not going to sit here and lie to you like that. Because something about him has just been more funny than anything. And I didn't really care to listen to his music like that, but I wouldn't say that he was a bad rapper or anything of such. But now it's like his antics are just getting tiring. His antics are getting old. And I just don't care about him, okay? And I just feel like you are in the position that you are in right now, and you don't need to do some of the stunts and shit that you do. And the reason why I bring that up is because this whole situation that's going on between Drake and Charlemagne, right? Drake had put some video out or post out basically dissing him because, Charlemagne the guy said that song, what is it called? Slam or whatever, that has SZA on there. I've heard a lot of negative things, more negative things about it than good, and I barely even hear anybody talking about it now. Nobody has been talking about it. He said some controversial things up in it. Some of the people still mad at Drake for the things that he said about Megan and all of that stuff. So, people not really feeling him like that, but some people not feeling him like that, but he still got his following, right? And so because Charlemagne said some negative things about the song, he posted some stuff about him on his IG story. Charlemagne responded back basically saying that, this was all planned out. And that they've already come up with this plan that anytime he comes out with a single or whatever, a project or whatever, Charlemagne would dog it out, okay? Just so it could get some attention. If you gotta do that still at this point in your career, when you're at the epicness, or whatever you want to call it, you're at the top, okay? You're one of the top rappers out there. You don't need these fucking ploys and plots and schemes, whatever, bitch. Just put the music out. And if the people like it, the people like it. If they don't, go back to the drawing board and do something else. I just don't have it for Drake. I really don't no more. You know who else I don't have it for? And I haven't really talked about them in a long time because I refuse to. But I just need to say a couple of things. Blueface and Chrisean. Blueface and Chrisean is the blogs, black media, and y'all that follow them in their situation. Excuse me. That's y'all doing. For the people that's like, oh my God, I'm so tired of seeing stuff about them and all this stuff, and why y'all keep posting or whatever. Because at one point in time, y'all was entertained by the mess. Y'all was entertained by the mess. And I just don't understand. How is it that they become this? It's just like, every time I log on to Instagram and I go to a certain blog, Neighborhood Talk, they post every freaking thing about them. Every tweet, every back and forth, every video, every live. And you act like you're tired of it, but yet you keep tweeting about it. You keep posting about it. When you have that authority to say, no, we're not going to post about this. All they have to do is say, we're not going to post them. And some of the stuff that they be posting is like, why do we care to know this? Okay, she got up and she went to the bathroom. Why do you need to post that as a story? You need the engagement that much? I'm confused. I'd be so confused. And I just don't get the fascination, and I never got in the fascination that people have for them. One, he can't rap. Okay? I don't know no other song besides that Tatiana, and I think I've only heard the song one time in full. It was terrible, okay, and I haven't heard anything else. You see the way that he treats women, but you still follow this person, and you're still heavily involved with this person's life and everything. And then we all know how Chrisean came about and how she was obsessed with him and how now she's trying to get away from him, but yet you keep on going back to him. It's so fucking toxic. And I know people they like toxicity and they like the back and forth and they like this or whatever. It's entertaining to them. That's why they keep tuning in, because it's probably like, oh my God, at least my life ain't like this and all this stuff and I'm so much better than them. But you keep tuning in for what? It is a shit show. And the reason why they keep doing the stuff that they doing publicly is because y'all keep tuning in. Everything that I know about Chrisean and Blueface is against my will. Because again, every time I log on to Instagram and one of them blog things pop up, there they go. There they go. I don't care about their relationship. Because at the end of the day, we know he's an abusive asshole. We've seen it physically, mentally, emotionally. He has no respect for women. He don't, even his kids. Asking your son, is he gay? If he was, what the fuck you gonna do? Okay? CPS needs to be all up in there, for real, for real. Everybody needs fucking therapy. Damn near all of them need a straight jacket, no shade. Chrisean needs to understand her daddy fucking issues, okay? Mind you, she's young as shit. And that's how she got into it, You get them real young and you manipulate the shit out of them in a way that he got them was like a pimp move. He act like a pimp. And just like some of these girls can't let go of their pimp because they think they nothing without him or whatever because they're so brainwashed to think that. That's exactly how he rolls, right? Then you get pregnant by this man. This man want to deny your baby, want to say you're fucking this person, that person, that person. You get the DNA test, it's your baby, and still want to deny it. Then when the baby comes, you want to go through all of this shit. And it's just ridiculous. And then that whole thing with the baby, like, damn, I hope the baby turns out to be real healthy. Because I have never, ever seen somebody have a baby and 2 days, a day after they had that baby is out there in the world being touched on by everybody and their mama. That baby immune system better be strong and rock still solid, okay? Because that is a lot. Then you up at Walmart, you're not holding the baby right. And I was with Chrisean on this part. I will say that the woman that recorded her, instead of just recording her, she should have just went over there and said, hey, offered a little some advice and just hold the baby head up a little bit, because the baby don't need to be like that or whatever. Instead of just trying to get a viral shit going out there. That's just all it is. We live in a world where everybody and their mama want to be viral. I just don't understand it. Yes, I know people want to get put on, but everything don't need to have to put out there for social media and for the public to see. Keep some shit to yourself. And that is the issue that I have with Blueface and Chrisean and everybody that's reporting on it. And I hate the fact that I'm talking about it. I'm only talking about it because I'm so tired of it. I had them things, the motherfucker's name muted and blocked, and that shit still pops up. And it is sad. It's not funny. And I just don't understand how they got fans. I don't understand how they got supporters like that. The people that y'all make famous, and everybody is exploiting them, and mostly exploiting her. And she's too young and dumb to realize that. When I saw that video on the Neighborhood Talk of the owner of Zeus and his girlfriend, looking at the baby and, oh my God, we got a Zeus baby. I said, they're exploiting the fuck out of her. They really don't care because she makes them money. And I just I feel sad for that girl because she don't realize it yet. She don't realize it yet. And I don't know, she never should have had a kid. She's not ready for a child. And I'm not saying that, she should have aborted or whatever. But hey, I'm just saying she's not ready for a child. He don't need kids, okay? And it's just a terrible situation, and I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I just had to say something about that. Moving on from that, Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington got a new book out called it's a memoir. Is it called Thicker Than Water? Thicker Than Water. And I downloaded it. I haven't listened to it yet. It's an audiobook, baby. I cannot focus to read shit right now. So while I'm laying up in the bed, I literally just downloaded it earlier today. So while I'm laying up in the bed trying to get my rest on and everything, I'm gonna just listen to it or whatever. It's only like an 8-hour listen, so I can knock that out. And I'm really interested, cause I do like me some Kerry Washington. She was talking about how more so what made the news with Kerry Washington in her book was the fact that she found out recently in the past few years that her father is not her biological father, and that basically she's a product of a sperm donor from a bank, sperm bank. Basically, what was going on is, I don't know if you guys watch it, come on WTTW PBS. I don't know what channel it is over there with y'all, but over here it's channel 11. Henry Louis Gates Jr., I love his show. Finding Your Roots or Finding Our Roots or whatever. I love all the programs that he does. Because he does multiple stuff and it teaches us all about black folks, okay? It's all about black folks for the most part. But Finding Your Roots, he has different artists, different entertainers, people that's in the news, whatever, people of status, all that stuff. They come on there and they do a genealogy history of them. Go back all the way to their ancestors as far back as they can find it, right? And so Kerry Washington was about to do one, film an episode, and she told her parents about it. And when she told her parents about it, this is when they had to go ahead and tell her that, well, I don't want you to be embarrassed when you get on this show and get up in your feelings or whatever, but your daddy ain't your daddy biologically, okay? And I understand that some people are saying that, she should have been told a while ago that he wasn't her father biologically. He's her father, but he's not biologically her father, because they just couldn't produce kids together. So the mama had to go through the sperm bank in order to get the baby. And for whatever reason, it happened. And I don't think it was something that you should look negatively upon and you should be upset about. But I guess it's because she never knew. And if she wasn't going to do this sit down with Henry Louis Gates, they never would have told her. Because what was the point? But see, that's the tricky part. When you go get these donors and all that stuff or whatever, you don't know their family history and all that and health issues or whatever. And that's the same thing like when it comes to, I be thinking about that with like when you adopt kids. You don't know the kids' history or whatever because they don't know their family, so you don't know what they have, if they prone to this and all that stuff. I'm just thinking about genetics and I'm just thinking about the health situation, medical. And so she felt some type of way about it. It affected her. She said that she knew at one point something was going on, and that was probably why she couldn't connect, or, she was having, issues growing up, and finding out about it and different ways her body was reacting to it. She was having health issues. She was having eating disorders. I didn't really know that she had an eating disorder, but if you go back and you look at some of her pictures, certain years, you will see that she was actually pretty thin. And I was just like, wow. And what people don't realize is just because you think that people manifest stuff in their bodies. You think certain things aren't affecting a person, and if they say, oh, it's not going to affect me, I'm good, but subconsciously you start doing stuff because it is affecting you, and you take it out on yourself when you can't take it out on other people, because that's something that you can control. That situation that started affecting you, you couldn't control it, so therefore you take it out on yourself, and then you get the self-harm, and you get the eating disorder, you get, being promiscuous or whatever, or just not giving a fuck, stuff like that, living dangerously and things of that such. And I thought that was real deep. You know, honestly, I don't know if I would have put that up in the book. I don't know if I would have led with that, because I know she had the conversation with her family, her mother and her father, that it was going to be in the book. I know they felt some type of way, but that is part of her story, right? But I just wouldn't want, you know, given that, even throughout all of that, knowing that now that my father is not biologically my father, I still had a good life. I still was raised right. I don't want nobody talking negatively about my parents, you know? And I seen some negative talks like, oh, they should have told her and they should have this and that was messed up. And I don't feel like it was messed up, per se. Because I just don't think people who go through sperm donations and they have a two-parent household, I don't think they automatically just go ahead and tell the kid or tell the adult that, hey, I'm just let you know, your daddy ain't your daddy or your mama ain't really your mama, you know what I'm saying? We got you from the sperm bank. That's just what it is, okay? Because I couldn't produce and, hey, shit happens. I just don't think that happens or whatever. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. But I feel her where she came from. And she was like, you know, she was struggling with anxiety for years and self-esteem issues and things of that such. She said subconsciously, she probably thought that she was sensing her parents' secret. I don't know if it was that deep, but it possibly could have. I mean, a lot of us experience anxiety and all that shit. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? I can't wait to get into the book. I can't wait to get into the book. I really can't. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I hope everything is going okay with Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was put out there saying that he was in a hospital and that he was coughing up large amounts of blood and things of that such. And then somebody came out and said whatever's been put out there is a lie. Yes, he's in a hospital, but he alright. So I don't know what the story is for real, but I just hope and pray that everything is okay and that he gets better. Chris Brown is being sued over a loan of $2 million that he took out in order to purchase a couple of Popeye restaurants. I was about to say the Colonel want his money, and that ain't even the right person. That's KFC. But Popeyes want his money back, okay? Mind you, they said that this was something that was taken out, a loan that was given to several people, Chris Brown and The Dream and probably some other people, but yet I don't know why they just focus it on Chris Brown. I don't know if it has anything to do with The Dream. Maybe The Dream paid his part, but yeah, they said that Chris Brown borrowed it as of 2023. They owe $2,140,901.74 in the unpaid principal interest. Let me just tell y'all this: student loans start back next month in less than a few days, in less than a couple of days. Y'all ready for that shit? I've already been paying back some other stuff, but I'm not ready for the federal. Like, girl, that's another bill. And I just been so used to not. I'm really in the mindset right about now, like, bitch, you'll get it when you get it. If I ain't got it, how you gonna get it? Okay, so like, I don't know, like, oh my God. You wanna know what triggered me when they said the principal interest? Cause y'all know how it is. You get out a loan and then they put the interest on there, and then especially like when you go look at the student loan shit and how they break it down. Oh, let's say you owe $5,000, you took out a $5,000 loan, right? For school or for anything. Then they gonna put some interest on there. And you putting all this money, that this payment that you put in each and every month, you paying the minimum, or you even paying a little bit more than you do the minimum, okay? And then let's say you've been doing that for over a year or so. You thinking that you made a dent in that $5,000 loan plus the little bit of the interest, right? Baby, hell no. You go look, and bitch, it look like you only put down $1,000 because what you really been paying is just the interest. You ain't really touched the fucking $5,000 loan. I cannot stand that shit. I can't stand it. I just don't understand how everybody been hacking this and hacking that and y'all can't hack that shit. Oh, wipe the debt out, bitch. I just don't understand it. Chris Brown, get it together. Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to leave these people alone. That football player, Travis, the black white boy, he was black at one point when he was dating a black girl, and now he done turned back into. He looked like he probably would have been down there with the tiki torches now with his little mustache. He really looked like one of those people. I said, oh my God, he went from black to white literally before our eyes. Because now they saying that he allegedly is dating Taylor Swift or they got some type of shit together. Because his last girlfriend, Kayla Nicole, we remember that whole situation. They had their little ups and downs. And I think at one point they was engaged. I don't remember. But they're no longer together, right? And then another ex, her name is Maya. She came out and said, you know what, he cool or whatever, but, and I'm pretty sure, nothing against Taylor, but I just want her to be careful. Because, you know, people don't change. Once a cheater, always a cheater. And I don't want that to happen to her, but I know she gonna, you know, do what she gotta do. She was just offering advice. She wasn't coming for Taylor's throat or anything or being negative like that. She was just letting him know he does have a history of cheating. Mind you, this ain't even a current ex-girlfriend. This is another girlfriend. Okay, another black girlfriend. And girl, they rained down on her. I said, see, this is why I don't do the stand shit. I don't do the stand stuff. Like, it's just out of control. It's out of control. Just for somebody giving a warning, and then you want to say that she's bitter and all that stuff. Hell yeah, I'm going to be mad that you cheated on me. Sometimes you just can't get over that because especially when you know that you was a good person. Yeah, I don't be... It's understandable. But at the same time, I don't see what was wrong about it. You know, maybe she probably did just want to throw her little 2 cents in and say something or whatever, get a little attention. Who knows? But it wasn't nothing to warrant the vitriol that she got. I want Kayla Nicole to just stay quiet. Don't say nothing else. Let that man do what he got to do. You moved on. He moved on. It is what it is. And I just don't understand how come people just can't let people move on. Okay? Maybe I feel like what the real issue is the fact that when he was with the black women that he was with, he presented himself a certain way. Down to his dialect. Okay? When he broke up with those black women and now he's going to his white women, oh, he's very much playing the white Caucasian part and looking very much so like one. The black scent is gone. He looked like he's wearing his khaki shorts again. That's what he looked like with the porn stash. Okay? And I'm just like, it's a stark difference. And we see the change and I'm just like, that's interesting. But at the end of the day, why are we making such a big deal about it? Why are we making such a big deal about it? If he fuck up, we know Taylor gonna go on here to put it in the song. So, you know, it is what it is. If that's the risk that he want to take, let him. The IRS out here looking to take cuts from scalpers who resell concert tickets for more than $600 profits. And I don't see nothing wrong with this. That this is a law that they try to put out there. I don't know if it's already out there, but I know for sure that it's floating around and they want to put it out there because of everything that has been going on this concert season. And it all started technically with the Taylor Swift when she went on tour and how all those bots and stuff came through and people was coming through with the resellers and they was taking the shit and reselling these tickets for extreme amounts of money. We saw it during Beyonce's Renaissance tour. We saw it through, I think, Travis Scott tour, even Drake's tour. A whole bunch of people that are very popular, their tours. You saw the concert tickets being taken and then being sold for like 10 times the normal amount. I seen concert tickets that were being sold for $80,000. And I said, you gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. And I'm sitting here like, you really thought that somebody was gonna pay that? Like, no. So if they're going to tax these people so that they can't keep the money or whatever, go ahead. Do whatever you got to do because it's really messed up. It's people out here trying to enjoy themselves. People coming off of the fact that we've been in the house for 3 years and for a couple of years we couldn't go out and do what we had to do because of the pandemic, and now that we can to a certain extent, you're going to take it out on us and you're going to try to take control of that and advantage of that situation and hike up these prices. That is fucking greedy, that's robbery, and that's predatory. And so you got to do what you got to do to crack down. I'm not mad at it. Britney Spears, Girl, they said Britney Spears is set to make some money from the re-release of Crossroads. And I remember I had brought up Crossroads on one of these videos, and I had went to go look and see if it was on streaming. It's on streaming nowhere. And I didn't understand that, okay? But they're about to re-release it for a couple of days or so. And she about to get some money from the back end. They need to just go ahead and put it on streaming. Freak that re-release, baby. You would probably make some more money. Well, given how things are, I wouldn't say you probably make some money off of streaming, but who knows? But, you know, give her money. Crossroads was a good movie. I don't care. Oh, don't want me. That got me so bad. I said, oh my God. Why Kim Control play her mama too? Like, I wonder how people really feel. Like, how can you do that? I understand you get to a point that you have a child. You're not ready for that child. So you put him up for adoption, or you just give him to, you know, the parent that you're, the other parent. And then you leave and you go live your life as if you never had that child. And then you go get remarried, and then you have other kids and you play mama to them. But you was playing mama, you was married to my daddy. You was with my daddy. But you couldn't take care of me. You wanted to leave and act like I didn't exist. And then you gonna find some other nigga and get married to them and have a couple of more kids, and you being the PTA mom and all of that stuff. What? Girl, I feel some type of way. Fuck that bitch, okay? That's what I wanted Britney to say. Fuck this bitch, okay? You dirty whore. You know, that's what I really wanted her to say in that movie. But, you know, it is what it is. Did y'all see Britney Spears' latest video? Britney Spears had the, I feel like, and like I seen this tweet, somebody said this was her best work. As when it comes to her putting up these dance videos in her house, this was her best work. Because you wanna know why? She was actually on beat of the song that she was dancing to, okay? She had her little knives out, right? And then she was doing her little thing. She was making me a little nervous because I was like, oh, please don't cut yourself, because I'm looking at the knives and I'm like, they kind of sharp. They look a little sharp. The blade don't look dull to me. And then when she clinked them bitches, I said, oh my God, what's going on? Clink, clink. You know, I kind of stood up. I said, wait a minute. I kind of like that. Girl, y'all done got so nervous or whatever over Britney that y'all done called the police and had them do a wellness check on her just because she was dancing with some knives. I said, child, y'all saw an original video when she did the clink, clink, the dogs move. They ran about it like, this bitch is crazy. I said, no. What is going on? Leave that lady alone. She had to re-upload the video, doing it again, talk about some, y'all gonna send it, y'all need to calm down. And these are plastic knives, or no, these aren't real knives. But then they clink together, and I said, baby, them real knives. Britney is a mess. But she's funny to me. I don't care. Leave that lady alone. Let her just do whatever, okay? Did y'all watch the Love and Hip Hop special? I don't really got that much to say on that. I did watch it. And I'm going to say this. It was good for what it was, okay? For the most part. Erica Mena, I'm going to just need her to, at this point, be quiet. Because no matter what she says, for the people that already are not here for her and for what she said and for what she did, it's not going to change their opinion. Because what you said and what you did, regardless of how y'all may feel, it was fucking wrong, okay? I don't care about what it was that was said to her by someone that she thought was her friend, someone that she came in complimenting and thought everything was cool. For you to instantly go to a racial standpoint and use a racial slur, it was not cool. It was very much racist. And it's just fucked up, okay? And what's still disheartening till this day is to see black people defending a racist slur being thrown at another black person by a person of color, okay? Still to this day, when it comes to this, I just don't understand how come people just don't understand what it is. Your people, our ancestors, were degraded with those common words that were made to make us feel like shit. Made to make us feel as if we were worthless. Made to make us feel as if we weren't even human. And being called a monkey, they called us monkeys. They called us apes. They called us all of that shit. Because they didn't think of us as humans. They didn't think that we were smart. That's why when white people do that to us, we get so offended. But it's okay when a person of color do it to us. Another non-black person, but they're a person of color. Y'all let that pass? Get out of here with that shit. Some of y'all don't know your history. Or some of y'all just don't give a fuck about your history. Because if you did, you wouldn't be letting shit slide. Oh, well, you talked about my parenting because she never said anything about her kid. And yes, if you go back and after looking at that special, I didn't realize that Erica was the one that brought up her son. And Spice said, the one that don't like you. So Spice didn't bring up her son. Erica brought it up. But Spice tagged on, and Spice didn't have to say that. And I'll continue to say Spice was wrong as shit for what she said. Because he didn't have to go there. But at the same time, Erica is not exempt. Erica gets no pass. I would never, in my right conscious mind, somebody that I thought was my friend, throw a racial epithet to them in the heat of the moment. Especially if I didn't know that we had an issue. And especially if I've been around them for years. Especially if I knew that they was my homegirl or my homie. I would never throw them no racial epithet that is like that, especially if they're not black. I would call a white person a racial epithet if they was my friend and we get into it. Because then the moment that they called me the N-word, I'm fucking their asses up every time I see them. I wouldn't do that to an Asian person. I wouldn't do that to a Latin person. Especially if you was my friend. My first thought would never to go and call them something that has been used for centuries to demean them, to demean their people, to make them feel less than. And then use the excuse, well, maybe they thought that she was ugly. Maybe they thought she do look like a monkey. I would never. That's some ignorant shit. That's some self-hating shit if you ask me. Because that means if you're going to let this person say that, you probably let somebody else say that. And you probably got friends that say that shit too that are non-black. Some of y'all probably let y'all friends call y'all niggas. And I'm not talking about the black ones. And the only thing that I got out of that special, I will say this. Erica was right. Before the special came out, Erica said, basically, it's kind of fucked up that they want to do this now when, what we all been saying, they knew what it was, but y'all decided to, you filmed with her continuously afterwards, and you still decided to air it, and now all of a sudden you want to play like, oh, let's do a learning lesson or whatever. You knew what it was. You saw what it was. You still aired it. And the only reason why VH1 is doing this and Mona and them is doing this is because they were not expecting or MTV, I should say, the backlash to be as great as it was. And I feel like they probably been wanting to get this girl off the show for a minute, so let's set her up and do this. That's what it was to me, okay? Because you knew. You knew. You didn't have to air it. You could have just put it out there and said, Erica Mena, in this heat of the moment, Erica Mena said some things or whatever, and she would no longer be on the show. Y'all could have announced that at the beginning of the season. But no, you wanted to put it out there. You wanted to get a little bit more attention because you wanted some more ratings and all of this stuff because you wanted to see how this would play out, and you wasn't expecting the huge backlash that you got. So therefore now it's like, let's go ahead and make this let's make this special. Let's talk about colorism. Let's talk about racism. And I'm sorry, I hate the fact that it's still, we are in 2023. And we have had many documentaries, many freaking specials prior to this moment that talked about colorism, that talked about racism, that talked about all of that. One of those shows that I remember watching was Dark Girls, okay? And it is 2023 and people are still confused as to reason why the word monkey being used in the way that it was used against a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, would be offensive, derogatory, racial. And it's like, I know they changing some of the school curriculum now, but y'all ain't in school no more. Y'all parents ain't told y'all the history of what the word monkey mean. You don't know what racism is. You don't know what colorism is at your big age. To be sitting here defending this shit till this day, all because somebody spoke on a parenting that many of people have spoken on, and she didn't do nothing about. Wow. And then for the unaired clip when Rashida and Yandy was up there trying to talk to her, and she basically said, I don't understand why y'all making it such a big deal about using the word monkey, okay? And also said, I don't give a fuck. If it happened again, I will do it again. She didn't care. She said, if you're offended, you chose to be offended. But in that PR statement that you put out, you said you realized what you did was wrong and you sorry and all this stuff or whatever the fuck it was. That's how you know that it was a PR statement and it wasn't coming from her. Get the fuck up out of here. Mona, cut Love and Hip Hop at this point because it's bullshit. Y'all not going to play me. And y'all ignorant as fuck. I'm just going to put that out there. Anybody that's still on Erica's side as a black person, especially a black woman, I feel sad for you. I really do. But anyway, y'all, I'm finna get up off of here. My throat, I need to, jeez, I have to cough so bad. And I've been trying to hold it in. But I appreciate if you made it to the end of this video. And if you feel like it was all over the place, I appreciate y'all. I apologize. Hopefully, I will be better soon. And again, I'm not really sick. It's just sinuses and a cough. That's it. But y'all, thank y'all. I truly, truly, truly do appreciate y'all. Oh, shout out to my girl Tammy Talks. Her birthday just passed. So shout out to my girl. I really don't know your name. I just know on Instagram you go by Dr. Johnson. It was her birthday too. Baby, we get old, y'all. But happy birthday. I'll see y'all later. Peace.